Welcome back to Sunless Sea. Today we are going to do Mr. Sack's quest, which is going to the Isle of Cats. So we are going to explore the southern part of the sea. Of course, we're going to explore underneath the southern part of the sea. I'm probably going to drop by some of these ports to do some quests as well. I remember we have a quest for the chef in Chelonate, and we did send a beast to Ganpol as well. So hopefully there are some interesting islands in this area. Should be an interesting voyage, and we will see what happens. And also, we did rescue the sister from Hunter's Keep in the last episode, and we have her now as one of the surgeons. The scarred sister. She was the youngest sister of the Hunter's Keep tree. Now her home is gone. She will not show her face nor speak of what occurred, but she is prepared to use her education to help heal your crew. Let's speak to her. She's usually in the sick bay or up on deck, listening to the wind, watching for the rare storms of the Unterzee. I can invite her to dine with you and talk about storms. Morose and uncommunicative, she picks at the food. I used to sit in my turret and listen to the wind, she tells you. I wonder why we had wind down here, you know. There's an account in a journal. She bends her head and stabs at her plate. Perhaps she's thinking of a book burnt with Hunter's Keep. Okay. What else can we talk to her about? Here, there's this other option. Invite her to dine with you and ask her to talk about what happened at Hunter's Keep. An abandoned meal. You broach the subject halfway through the cook's starter. Without a word, she pushes her plate away, stands, and leaves. Okay. There must be something I could do for her. Let's try and increase our hearts. Confide in her and she will confide in you, maybe? Memory. She knows a remarkable amount for one so young. I have a good memory, but I think sometimes, she tells you, that it comes at a price. I've almost forgotten my own name, but I remember everything else, and my name isn't so very important, is it? Okay, it's locked. Interesting. Can I invite her to dine with me now and talk about Hunter's Keep? No. Okay, she still does not want to talk. Maybe let's invite her to dine with me again. Yeah. Is there nothing I could do for you right now? Okay, maybe we'll keep her around for a bit. We'll keep her around for a bit and see what happens. Okay, I think we are ready, so let's go. Okay, we are back at Wrack, and I bought a Scintillack this time, so we will buy an audience with the fair king. The Wreckers fear and adore their king. With the right offering, you may be able to meet him. Sometimes it happens in this way. The rusted walls behind him are draped with two banners made of the tattooed flesh of his amputated legs. Okay. He is admiring the Scintillack through a jeweler's lens as you enter. We are pleased, tell me. he says, looking at you. How would you? Good God. He wheels towards you. His voice is hoarse. We are not strangers, you and I. Taste the tether and see for yourself. Huh? Go wrecking? I can eavesdrop on the wreckers or visit the royal hull. There's a lot of things happening right now. Okay, let's compile a port report first. And if I go wrecking, if you can lure ships toward Wrack, the wreckers may sink them. The king himself will reward you. You mean like ships like the Putter Ponies and the Canate submarines? Do you mean those? I could eavesdrop on the wreckers, learn where they are operating. Maybe you can warn the ports for the sake of goodness and profit. This seems like the better thing to do than this. I could visit the royal hull. The fair king is always glad to see you. Or taste the tether. He did invite me to taste the tether. There is a weed that grows on the broken ships. To taste it is a privilege reserved for successful wreckers. Within the rusting innards of a broken battleship, the wreckers keep the tether. It is guarded by heavy bulwarks and priests capable of launching cannonballs across a room with their bare hands. It is the glory of Wrack. I cannot do any of this. Knife, cup, or bone. Within the sanctum, where no water drips, are walls, doors, and a pedestal of trinkets. It is watched over by a stony matron. Make an offering of scrap, and you may choose. I need a scrap. Okay, I can't do any of this because I don't have scrap. How do I get scrap? Do I need to go wrecking? Let's eavesdrop on the wreckers. A miner hangs on the arm of a poet. That's your best work yet. No one could resist. The poet shrugs. Its success all depends on the talker and the audience, but they are pretty receptive in Port Canadian, aren't they? I'm sure we'll have another one sink over Wrack in a week. I'm going to Port Canadian. I mean, I am going there. Interesting. What if I go wrecking? Right then, trespasser. We've heard fine things about some captains in Gator's Morn. Why don't you go there and convince them to come our way? So I can send ships over from Gator's Morn. Okay, interesting. Let's visit the royal hull. The wreckers look on you with a quiet awe. They whisper as you pass. Letter to the king. Ooh, this is how you look. An audience with the king. The fair king sits taller in his throne as you enter. He cannot help but smile. Welcome back. I can... Have any of the ships you sent come in? Okay, I think I need to do the Gator's Morn for this to happen. I can approach the mirror. At the rear of his chamber, the fair king keeps a mirror made of ice. It holds a reflection, neither yours nor his, but that of a narrow, bespectacled gentleman. The king allows no one to approach it, but perhaps he will make an exception for you. Very well, today I shall allow it, for a short while. The man in the mirror. You can see your reflection, distorted in the ice. But there is another clearer reflection as well. A long-faced man with receding black hair and round-rimmed glasses. He blinks solemnly at you. Try to see the man in the mirror. Is there more to him? Free for all. You step toward the mirror. It flashes in the light. He stands at the Cumean Canal. His hair is blacker than the dark drop coffee in his mug. Men and women from the surface crowd around him. They look sickly in comparison. One passes him a letter, envelope white as snow, seal as black as bark. The man reads it and passes the young woman a flask. Before her crewmate can set on her, she has drained it. Her skin glows with new vigor, and before they can set on him, he laughs, and, in the spirit of liberty, equality, and eternity, gives them each a flask of their own. The fair king's voice interrupts the vision. I am never sure what it is we are seeing. The gentleman's hopes, his fears, he certainly seems to have an ambitious imagination. Oh, I gain moves in the great game. That's interesting. We haven't figured out what the mirror is yet, but we need something awaits you to do this again. So let's part from the fair king. I will return for sure. Okay. I think that's all we could do here for now. So let's go. Okay, we're back at the Isle of Cats. Let's go to Port Cavendish, get a port report, and then a delivery for Mr. Sachs. The Pirate King will have contacts with the gracious widow. Caught in the middle, King Leopold examines the small jeweled bird with care and a measure of delight. I do not want to know how you came by this. Should anyone ask, you did not. We shall return it to the owner, yes. Such fine craftsmanship, a true one-of-a-kind creation. He cradles it for a moment and snaps off the head. Deliver this to the widow, he orders, throwing it to his least fortunate smuggler. We have unfavorable deals to renegotiate. Okay, I want fragrant of red honey. Nice. Very nice. Okay, where else do you want me to go, Mr. Sachs? The third delivery. The beast stirs in the hole. Your final assignment awaits. A life that was never lived. Mr. Sachs is staring at a small wooden box as you enter the hole. Inside, wrapped in the few pitiful scraps of velvet, is a lock of blonde hair and a set of teeth, carefully polished, barely used. The winter was harsh. The fire went cold. Later, the mother wished to forget, a convenient tragedy. I have to deliver this to a vivid horizon in the north. In the next voyage. Not this one. We're in the south now. I can buy a shipment of red honey, but I do have a shipment of red honey now. Should I? Can I have two? Can I have two? Let's get one. Yes. Or I gain one menace's suspicion. Ooh. The Melliferous sister seems reluctant to sell the honey to you. until you show her your silver key to the cage gardens. You are an intimate of the Pirate King, she exclaims. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? So judgmental of you. Okay, let's go to the eyes here. Do you have anything for Rose Gate? I think we have something for Rose Gate. So let's go under and go to Rose Gate. There's nothing here except the eye, I think. Yeah, so we'll go to Rose Gate. We'll maybe uncover these few blocks and go to Gamble and Shadowgate. We'll avoid the eye like that. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Okay, the Rose Gate is just across. So close. Hopefully I don't need something awaits you to do this. The Rose Gate is still prettier. It's like the blues, the pinks, the yellows. So pretty. Okay, oh, there we are here now. Take a pamphlet. The creation of a cigar, yes. Okay, because we got the Eulet for him. Yep. Extracting the robust flavor. Delicate workshop tools won't do for a flavor like this, the crotchety tobacconist says. I'll need to make some new ones. Can you bring me some particularly sturdy materials? Here you go. He weighs an earlet in his hand before tossing it into the air. Dense, sturdy. He catches and licks the stone. And well flavored. Perfect. This will make fine tools. I'll get to work immediately. He turns and strides up the stairs to his workshop. Hammer strikes ring through the floorboards above. Okay. Can we do this one? I have lamentable relics indeed. Something disquieting for the bitter flavor. The dogged apprentice licks his pencil and makes a note in his journal. We're making good progress, citizen. Next, we'll need something stunningly hopeless. Could I trouble you to put something together? I have a lot of lamentable relics, yes. You set 3 skulls on the counter. One is missing its jaw and has a few overlong teeth. One is missing a patch of bone in the back, brains either blown out or bashed in. One still has an eye, not yet taken by the rot. The dogged apprentice grips your arm for support, transfixed. This is... Yes, citizen. I think this is what we need. Okay. What else do you need? Let's help the dogged apprentice prepare the bitter flavor. The dogged apprentice has set out paper and pen. I had an idea, citizen. Could I trouble you to write something cruel? Something to leave the reader speechless? I suppose it's an art in its own right, he says. Crafting and unkindness is still... Dear God, what did you just write? He snatches the page away and reads. He covers his mouth and whispers through his fingers. Everything I tried writing was just a blunt cruelty, but that's a razor to the soul. His eyebrows raise, delighted. This will finish it off well, thank you. Okay, what else do you need for that one? Harvesting the bitter flavor. The dogged apprentice preens against the hearth, blazing at the back of the shop. We've only one last thing to do, citizen. Before our flavor is complete, let's go and have a laugh. Okay. Oh, this is how you look! I thought you were human. A laugh. In the back of the workshop is a small cage surrounded by skulls. Inside, a once talkative Ratus Faber sits in a bedding of cruel phrases. We need to overwhelm it with bitterness, the apprentice says. Then we harvest. Oh, you're not the apprentice. My bad, my bad. Overwhelm it with bitterness. I could sneer coldly at it. It's not so talkative now, is it? Its old friends would thank you for making it less annoying, even if it's still ugly. I could pretend to weep, boo-hoo, the poor, poor thing, all locked up and all alone. Just look at the pitiful thing and laugh. Let's sneer coldly at it. The once talkative Ratter's Faber does not even shudder at your words. It only lies down in its bedding and closes its eyes. The dogged apprentice nods solemnly and lays his hand on your shoulder. We've got it now. That's as much bitterness and contempt as it can hold. I'll remove the gallbladder in a moment. The master will be so pleased to have his ingredient. Oh. Cultivating a bitter flavor, the taste of brimstone. To ignite the mind. Okay. I'm sorry, Ratter's Faber. There's more options now. Let's do the creation of cigar for the crotchety tobacconist. Helping prepare the robust labor. A thumping resounds from the workshop above. We need to open that crate, the crotchety tobacconist says. The clayman's already in chains, but we need him on the workbench. I hope you're ready. The crotchety tobacconist and his apprentice stand by with chains. As you pry open the crate, an unfinished clayman glares from within and growls as you begin removing planks. Once you've opened it halfway, he roars and hurls his weight forward. The wood splinters, the box breaks, and you sidestep his charge, letting him run directly into the workbench. From there, it's easy to bind him to the table with heavy chains. Well dodged, citizen. Reminds me of when I was young and spry. His apprentice stifles a giggle. Cultivating a robust flavor, the taste of well-aged wine. How are you going to make a cigar from a clayman? Harvesting the robust flavor. A chisel rests on the glass counter. The crotchety tobacconist smiles. We have the tools and the clayman ready, citizen. Shall we? Oh. Breaking down, the unfinished clayman struggles futilely against his bonds. He shouts threats he cannot fulfill. We will require both powder and shavings, the crotchety tobacconist says. He should provide everything we need for a truly robust flavor. Oh, we have to shatter him. I mean, he's made from rock, right? I don't know whether they have souls or not. I mean, this is not some of the worst things we've done so far, I guess. We've killed a lot of people. A lot of knates from the submarines and pataponies. Let's shatter him. Take up the hammer and chisel. Crack the clayman where the tobacconist has marked. I'm sorry, clayman. Crack on! You work in a miasma of bitter dust and floral cigar smoke. At first, the clayman's shouts drown out the tap of the hammer. Soon, only the hammer rings out. The crotchety tobacconist grabs a fistful of clay shavings from the shattered left arm. He rubs the clay into a fine powder, sniffs it, and beams. Oh, this is exactly! Robust, but with a fierce bite to it. This will get into your blood. Thank you, citizen. This is magnificent. I feel a bit terrible now. Okay, what do you need for the last one? 3 romantic literatures. I should have bought more. Okay, 3. We will remember that. Okay, what else can we do here since we're friendly now? I could deliver supplies to Rosegate. Oh. Without their patron, the tobacconist and his apprentice have to subsist on their stale stores of food. Even the apprentice is growing crotchety. They will pay well for fresh rations. Okay. Pay well is only 20 echoes. The crotchety tobacconist rings open his till and counts out your payment. Most of the notes are moldy and crumbling with age, but it will still count as legal tender. Okay. What else can I do? Challenge the tobacconist to a game of cards. Business is slow today, as it is every day. The shop's not on the typical trade routes. The tobacconist may well appreciate a game. 5 echoes, sure. Angry in defeat. There, a cruel queen and a besieged king. You bind his shark. You'll win in 2 turns, unless he concedes the defeat now. The crotchety tobacconist snorts, snatches the cards off the table, and flings them into the air. He storms up the stairs to his workshop. The dogged apprentice waits till the door has slammed before scurrying over, muttering apologies. What? I've gained his impatience. No! Oh, well... There's a lot more, but I need something awaits you. Okay. I guess I'll come back for more. And with romantic literature. So for now, I will leave. We will go... I'm a bit low on supplies, but I want to try hunting Z-Beast for supplies. So let's go around in the Unterzee and see what else we can find to fight. Okay, this one I didn't realize back then, but if you pass through the raid thing, it actually damages your hull. Yes, you can see here. Look, needles. A cluster of quivering spines shiver in the current. A dead fluke's flesh dissolves in water. These brittle remnants, however, remain stony hard. I can remove something stuck on the spines. An unfortunate diver? Bones hang impaled on the decaying spines. Beware, if you fail, you will gain a wound. 66%. Let's go. I failed. Oh no. You struggle to drag the skeleton free. The spines quiver. Above you, one breaks, falls like a spear. You raise your hands to ward off a tearing. Your suit? The sudden sensation of cold water on your skin. A blazing pain. An abrupt, overwhelming injection of the indignation and rage and grief. Your crew reel you in, tends your wound, and locks you in your cabin until you stop shrieking. Holy shit! Okay, if I go through this opening, I will be fine. Yes, I'm fine. So, I experienced what that skeleton experience, I am guessing. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, that's just a Khan's shadow. Now I know why it's called a Khan's shadow, because it's a shadow underneath the sea. What the fuck? Oh, it's a tulip. Oh, wait, you're tulip, you're on the other side. Wrong. I'm gonna try and... No. What? Knock, knock. A crewman steps into your cabin. His uniform is one of your issue, though the face rings no bells. They do blend together after a while. This, however, does not look like a chap who swaps decks or loads cannons. Begging your pardon, Captain. Permit me to introduce myself. Gervais, at your service, at least while the poor fellow tied up behind the galley remains regrettably indisposed. Might I trouble you for a brief moment of your time before my escort to the brig? Okay, I'll hear him out. He's at least honest about his dishonesty. A message from London. My gracious employer has grave concerns about your guests down in the hold, Captain, and the cause to which you are now committed. Blood will spill before this voyage is over, but it needn't be yours. Gervais produces a small vial crystal. The blood is red, redder than normal blood, almost glowing with vitality. Here is more bitter vintage. When the time comes, I urge you to choose wisely. A favor from on high is rarely a poor investment. I've been given my third delivery. A vial of highly questionable blood? Red. as blood tends to be, but rather deeper alive. You mean this has something to do with Mr. Sachs? Since it's the third delivery. Okay. Okay. I'm stuck in this fucking current. Oh no, I'm facing the wrong way. My bad, my bad. Okay, last I remember, talates are edible, I think. I can get supplies from it. Fillet it for supplies. Let's go. Yes, 20 supplies. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna dump, fling the unpossessing mass. Yes. Okay, where are we now? Okay, we're in the melting isle. I think I needed to come up here for something, don't I? I don't remember, but we'll drop by. We'll go up and drop by for a port report anyway. I don't remember if it's here that we need a strategic information for the Admiral. Okay. We shall... No, I don't need... Let's compile a port report. Doesn't look like... I need a strategic information from here. I forgot where he wanted me to go. Okay, let's pick up a passenger. So it's a checkered character, means it's for Port Cecil. Okay. I can do that. Maybe not this time though. Next voyage. Let's go beachcombing. Why not? We'll pick this one. A nasty glob of goo. It lies on the shingle like a discarded hut. Scoop it up, wrap it in the cloth and carry it cautiously back to the ship. Perhaps it contains something less disgusting. Another unprepossessing mass. Oh my god. Do you want to try? Maybe I should try. But we shouldn't eat anything suspicious that we collected from the beach, isn't it? Let's fling it aboard. I guess that's a waste for something awaits you. I guess that's fine.